Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Walk by Faith Wednesday webinars with Deacon Harold. So glad to be with you again in this new year. Happy 2021. For one, am thrilled that 2020 is over. And I even stayed up till midnight, which I don't often do, but I just wanted to make sure that 2020 was actually leaving. So I stayed up till midnight just to make sure. And of course, and also to celebrate the Solemnity of Mary, the Mother of God. And what a great way to start off 2021, remembering our Blessed Mother and also celebrating, of course, the year of Saint Joseph, which Pope Francis has called for, which absolutely thrilled about. So we'll be focusing this year on Saint Joseph, and also now the family as well. So some great ways to start off 2021. And for this first show of the new year, I wanted to introduce you to a good friend of mine, a very, very talented recording artist from my home state of New Jersey. Yeah, Jersey in the house.
Yeah.
I first met her when I did a parish mission. She resides in Florida with her amazing, wonderful husband, Brian. And I did a mission at her parish, and she was leading the music. And so I first heard her there. And then I've had her on my radio show, Living Stones, talking about her music. And I thought, with everything that's happened in 2020, what a great way to bring in this new year with some beautiful music. And here's some stories of hope and of the power of music to affect our lives in such beautiful ways. And so I'd like to introduce everyone to my good friend, Lisa Marie Nicole, recording artist extraordinaire. Lisa, so glad that you're here. Thank you for being with me.
Thank you, Deacon. I really appreciate you having me on. Happy New Year.
Yeah, happy to New Year to you as well. Well, for a lot of people that watched my webinar, this is going to be the first time that they've heard of you or seen you. So why don't you tell a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your background, your faith journey, and how your faith is connected with the music. When did that start, and how did you get so good at it?
Well, I was born in New Jersey, in Jersey City, of course, and I'm a cradle Catholic. My mother used to drag me to church every week when I was a little kid, and I really loved the Catholic faith. I really didn't really learn about all of it and what it meant until I got older, and I started pursuing it more. But I uh, I sang in the choir when I was younger. I used to get into a lot of the Christian music. I used to love singing Catholic music and the liturgical music in the church. And I've been writing. I'm a writer, a poet. I've been writing my whole life since I was a little kid. Didn't know where I was going to go with that until years later, because I would love to have been a novelist and write stories. But God had other plans for me down the line. He wanted me to work for him and teach his word, and that's what I've been doing ever since.
Well, wonderful. So this past year has been, I would say, one of the most difficult years, and at least for my life and the lives of so many other people, with the coronavirus and all the things that happened with the pandemic, not being able to go to mass to receive the Eucharist on a weekly basis. And some people, it's been almost a year now, going
Yes.
on a year since they've been to mass. We've seen, family turmoil, increases in domestic violence. We've seen divisions even within families. Now that
Mhm.
everybody's in close quarters, things that happened in the past that were not brought up in the past, things that were never talked about are now being brought up, and that's causing division. We're seeing increasing in internet pornography. We're all kinds of negative things going on. But one of the bright lights of 2020 was you and the music that you created during the
Thank
time
you.
of pandemic. So can you just tell us a little bit about what was it, the Holy Spirit who inspired you to really give people hope through your music during the time of coronavirus?
That is without a doubt. I've been wanting to tell people this for a while. I actually had this on my Facebook page. I decided to, sometime in January, before the pandemic really hit here in Florida, I decided to put my writing on the back burner for a while, and to do some shows that were local, like festivals that I usually do. Christian stuff. And then the pandemic, the virus hit, and then everything got canceled. All of my shows got canceled, like you said. Everything was canceled, and I just I said I wanted to start writing again, but I didn't know where to direct the writing. I didn't know really, and I just kept praying on it. And what happened to me is nothing more than a miracle, because I I know that I'm a good writer. I know I'm blessed with those skills and to be able to share his word with people. But to be able to do what I've done in the amount of time that I did it in was just a miracle to me, because I just said, you know what? He kept speaking to me. I kept hearing him say, you need to get out there right now. This is your time. You need to help me spread the word, spread the message, bring people back to the faith, help people with their depression and everything they're going through, the sicknesses. And my first song that I wrote was called Step Into the Light, and that's what my CD is. And that's basically, everybody kept saying during the pandemic, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Everybody kept saying that. So I said, you know what? I'm going to write a song about that. And I did. And that's one of my #1 songs right now. And that was the first one I wrote. And then I wrote a total of about 12 songs in 5 months. So every day I was working, every week I was working. And then I spoke to my husband and I said to him, we need to get these songs out there. I need to have these recorded because I want them out there for people to listen to and to hear, to get them through this. These are my pandemic songs. A lot of them are based on struggles, on turning to God during depression and during struggles and everything. Some of them are based on total scripture. And there's a lot, they're all mixed, they're all things, but they're all during the pandemic that I wrote. So I had an extraordinary year. I wasn't able to perform. I did 30 Facebook concerts live on my Facebook page. And in fact, Florida Catholic actually did a huge article on me. And it's posted on their website, and it went all over the place about how I did that to help people. And that's the reason why I did, because everybody was in the same boat. We were all struggling. And I wanted my music to reach people and to help them. And I really think that I've succeeded through the grace of God, because a lot of people have contacted me from all over the world, from different countries, telling me that they really appreciate me putting this music out there, because it really has helped them get through this. It's also helped myself with the struggles. But I thank my husband for the support and for helping me and pushing me along to be able to do this.
Well, I'll tell you, I've been truly blessed by your music, for sure. Even before the pandemic, but especially during this pandemic, it's really brought a sense of hope and serenity in my life, and as you said, the lives of so many others around the world, and in some of the Christian media and radio. You're ranked what, #2 now in one of those
On
platforms?
Blast FM Radio is a online. They're a licensed Christian, and they do regular music too. But they do the Christian category. I've been holding up in the top 4. I was #1 for a while. Then I fell down to #2, and now I go between 1 and 2. So my music has been really doing well on there. I've reached a lot of people, and I've noticed that my iTunes and Amazon sales have been going up due to that, because people have been wanting to purchase my music. And it's not even about that. It's about spreading the word. That's my whole point of doing this.
Well, beautiful. If you can, Lisa Marie, please, why don't you play one of your songs for us? You pick whichever one you want, and let people get a flavor and enjoy the beauty that you've been bringing to the world through your music.
Okay, I'm gonna do an acoustic version of Ask Him. Um, all these songs are recorded in the studio, and of course they're different because they have all the tracks with them. But this is like a watered down version of it without all the background music. This is actually how I started playing the song, and everybody loved it this way. This is based on Matthew 7:7. Ask and you shall receive. And a lot of people like this song. It's touched them. So I'll do this one for you right now. Ask him.
All right. Again, this is Lisa Marie Nicole. You can find out more about her and her music at lisamarienicole.com. Take it away.
If you're alone in this world, believe in the things that you've been told, that God will be there to provide. His mercy and love will never subside. Ask and it shall be given to you. Knock and the door will be open for you. Seek him and you will find a God that is warm and kind. Ask and it shall be given to you. Are you drowning in sin? Open your heart and let him in. Let the love of the Lord flow through your veins and into your soul. Ask and it shall be given to you. Knock and the door will be open for you. Seek him and you will find a God that is warm and kind. Ask and it shall be given to you. Judge not and you will be judged. Be a tree that bears fruit. You're the light of the world. Shine your light before us. Ask and it shall be given to you. Knock and the door will be open for you. Seek him and you will find a God that is warm and kind. Ask and it shall be given to you. Ask and it shall be given to you. Ask, knock, seek and you'll find. Ask and it shall be given to you.
All right, beautiful. All right, that's
Thank you.
Lisa Marie Nicole with one of her new songs written during the pandemic, and as a gift to the church and to everyone who hears her. Wonderful, thank you so much. Now, can you tell us a little bit about your writing process? I mean, how do you get inspiration? I mean, are you just walking around and songs come to you? Are you do songs come to you in prayer? Or do you walk around with like the recorder on your phone? You get an idea, you just start like singing lyrics into your phone to capture? How does that process work for you?
Well, being a musician, um, actually, all of those things happen to me. Mostly, I believe it or not, I get a lot of this stuff during my dreams. God always speaks to me during my dreams. I always have to have a pen and paper next to me so I can write down things. I've written entire songs overnight. I mean, I would have some. I'm really serious about this. I would have music in my head with these lyrics, and I would wake up and write a complete song in one day and just look at it and say, I don't know how I did that, you know? And I've done that with some things. Um, the songs that I did during the pandemic, I spent a lot of time in my studio and outside in my yard. And what I would do is I would just take my guitar and sit there and just say, okay, go ahead, speak to me, give me some, give me some material. And I would just pick up the guitar. That's how I wrote this song, Ask Him. I just started playing around with the chords in the guitar, and I pray all the time. They tell you to always ask and you will receive. And if it's in his will and it's good for you. And I always pray to him for things. And I said, you know what? I'm going to write a song about that because that's one of my favorite scriptures. So I wrote a song about it, and I just came up with that. And sometimes I'm driving in a car, and like you said, that what you said is funny because I have my phone with me, and I'll be driving in a car, and all of a sudden this things just pop into my head, and like a couple of lyrics would come to my head, and I'll try to put some music to it real quick so I don't forget it. So I'll grab my phone, and I'll be driving down the street singing into the phone. I'm sure people think I'm crazy driving next to me, but there's so many things, that different ways that I have written, and I know, because I've been blessed with creativity in my head, that God has blessed me with this. I've always been like that my whole life as far as writing. And I am having such a good time doing this because I never thought that it would be this much fun, and that um, I'm so proud of myself and what I've accomplished and what God has accomplished through me. So, but that's really all the ways that I get my writing.
Now, the thing I've been asking people is what have you learned through the pandemic, through the year 2020? I know for me, it was a really like a spiritual stop sign. It
Mhm.
literally, because everything in my world stopped. The traveling stopped, everything stopped. And it really allowed me time to kind of just sit back and just reflect, okay, God, where did I come from and where am I going? You know, what does this time mean? What does this pause mean? And how is my work in your vineyard going to move forward from this from now on? Given a new reality that we're living in now. So, what lessons, Lisa, did you learn during the 2020 pandemic?
Well, I have learned to have patience, which I've never had in my life. That's number one. We all want everything yesterday, and it's all in God's time. I keep telling myself that, in God's time, in God's time. Um, One thing that I've really seen this year that was never as bad as it is the evil in this world. And I have seen so much evil, and I've seen so much good. And I know that the good is always going to overtake evil. And we know God always wins in the end. But I have seen so many people that have put their stuff on the line, especially the frontline workers. I have a niece that's a nurse. She works in the ER, and she's seen so much bad stuff, the people dying from COVID and so many things. And there's so many other people that I know that are on the front line. I know people that have passed away from this. Actually extended family members, some friends that passed away from it. And I I just I saw so many good things, and the good, just like 9/11. With 9/11, all the people came out and the world got together, but right now we're still divided. And our job as as theologian, Christian recording artist, evangelist, whatever you want to call, whatever you are, you're a speaker for God. our job is to try to bring this world back together again and bring people to him, because I cannot see not having God in your life. I feel bad for the people that don't accept him and the people that are lost and they turned away from him, because I don't know how I would get through any part of my life without him, without the Lord. And I pray for these people. I pray for everyone. And that's another thing that that I got out of this is my prayer life has gotten a lot better. I pray more. I I rely on his word, like my new song says. And I try to have patience with what's going on in the world and to try to rely on him and know that it's his will and not mine. Because, you know, we all, like I said, we all want everything. And we know that if it's not in his best interest for our life, he's not going to give it to us. And we have to just accept that if it's not, if it's going to endanger our life, he's not going to give it to you. And I accept that. I just pray for what I think what his will. I just, Lord, let your will be done in my life. And it seems to be working that way. So I have learned a lot about myself. I've learned a lot about other people. Um, I've been in the choir now full time at my church. I've been singing liturgical music in the choir as a cantor. And then I come home and I write my own music and I play my own music, which is contemporary. So it's a little bit of a change for me. But, you know, I've learned so much about myself this year by being in the house and, you know, not doing much and just being able to go to church, which is a blessing because, like you said, there's a lot of places that are still in lockdown that cannot go to church. And I pray for them. And my marriage is really good. I mean, you know my husband, and you know, I mean, being home with people 24 hours a day, you think wouldn't work, but you know, he's always there for me, and I'm there for him, and that's what it's about. And but that's basically what I learned this year.
Oh, beautiful. You know, one of the things what I love about musicians like yourself, you know, music has a way of evangelizing. You know, there are people that wouldn't want to hear what I have to say, but will listen to what you have to say through your music. Because music reaches people. Like sometimes when I'm speaking, you know, it has to go through their head
Yeah.
and then hit them in the heart. You know, they kind of have to process what I'm
Mhm.
saying and figure out, well, how is this connecting to my life? But with you, with the music, it goes straight to the heart. And so you're affecting people in a way. I mean, music roots you in a time, in a place. This is where I was in my life. It brings back memories. Even now, I remember I had a crush on a girl in 8th grade. And every time I hear Weekend in New England by Barry Manilow, I am back in 8th grade again.
I
You
love
know?
that song.
Yeah. And music has a way of doing that. And
Yeah.
especially the songs you wrote during the pandemic. I think when people look back on this, they're going to remember, oh my goodness, 2020. But you know what? That beautiful song by Lisa Marie Nicole got me through this difficulty that I was experiencing during COVID-19. And that's something that will remain with people for their entire life. Because I mean, they won't be quoting Deacon Harold, but they'll be singing your songs. You
I
know,
hope so.
I mean, I still remember lyrics to songs that I learned 20, 30 years ago. I can
Yeah.
still sing every lyric to the songs, but I can't remember something my mom told me 20 years ago. You see?
Yep.
So music has a very powerful way of affecting people and affecting lives and connecting people more deeply to their faith. And so, truly grateful to you. Now, tell us a little bit about this new CD. When is it coming out, for example? And I know you have a new website as well. So you talk about the CD and the website.
Yeah, my website is the same that it was. I was with a different company. It's a lot better now. It's actually through a music company, so it's like music related website. I have all of my singles and you can buy my songs on directly through my website. You could download them. Singles, or you can get the whole CD. I have both my CDs. Grace Heal My Soul is my first one. This I wrote in 2019. And I think most people that know my music either have this or they have this downloads. But if you don't, this is still available on my website. And this is my new one, Step Into the Light. This is not going to be released yet, but the singles for this are available on my site, on iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, and I think like 50 other places where you can download music. You just put in Lisa Marie Nicole, and all the songs off Step Into the Light will come up on that. I just released a new single a couple of days ago, actually. It's on my website as a preview. If you go on my website, you'll see it right there. It's called I Know You're There, God. And that song I wrote in the middle of the pandemic when things got really, really bad. And I kept hearing people saying, God, where are you? You know, like, why aren't you stepping in? I see Christians, atheists, I see everybody saying, well, where's God? Why isn't he doing this? And I didn't feel that way because I knew he was there. But with all the noise going on in the world and so much confusion and everybody talking, there's too, like my pastor, Father John, always says, there's too much noise. Everybody's always too much noise. There's too much noise. Everybody's always talking. There's noise everywhere. And you need to learn to block out the noise and listen to God's voice. And that's what I learned to do. And that's what I want everybody to learn to do. And that's what this song is about. And it's a very powerful, passionate song. I composed the music, of course, with the help of a musician in the studio. That's unbelievable. But we put together this really good Christian rock song. And I really want everybody to listen to this, and they could purchase it if you want because of the lyrics and just how much power is in it. And my video for this is going to be really good because I'm going to do some live shots in it once I get it finished. But if you like me to do just the beginning of it, I can do the beginning of it for everybody to listen.
Sure, absolutely. Would love to hear another selection by you.
All
So
right,
this is
this isn't the full song. This is just a chorus. It starts out differently than most of my songs. It's called I Know You Were There, God. This is just the chorus part. I know you are there, God. Why can't I feel you near? My mind is so very clogged. I used to hear you so clear. I don't want to give up. I wanna know is the truth. Please help to stop the noise that's preventing me from listening to you. I know you're there, God. That's just the
awesome.
chorus.
You know what that reminds me of? Like a psalm. You know
Yeah.
when you're praying the psalms, that's what that reminds me of because the psalms are intended to be sung. And that chorus sounded as I was listening to it, I said, boy, this reminds me of like maybe David, when he gave a psalm to one of the chief Levites who he appointed as the superintendents of the musical guild of the Jewish temple. And
Yeah.
David would write these psalms, he'd give them to one of these musicians, they put music to it. And so when you're listening to the psalm again, because of how music affects you, it
Mhm.
sounded just like a beautiful psalm. That's awesome. That's
Thank you.
beautiful.
That means a lot to me. Thank you.
So now, just like me, I have a wonderful wife that's incredibly supportive of the work that I'm doing, and quite frankly, could not be doing what I'm doing to the extent that I'm doing it without her
Mhm.
love and support. And the same thing you could say about Brian. So can you tell us about some ways in which Brian supports? He's your biggest fan, he's your biggest supporter. So, in what ways is your marriage influencing your music?
Well, one thing I could say is that, you know, we teach Catholic Bible study at home here because of everything. And we actually haven't had a lot of people over because of what's going on. So we've been spacing it out and having two people here, two people there, you know, just so people hear the stuff. And I've learned so much through him because God speaks to him through scriptures and through his teachings and reading the Bible. I mean, he reads the catechism all the time. And I go to him for reference for a lot of things. So, or he'll come to me and say, hey, I got an idea. Sometimes he'll bring me lyrics. And in fact, Get Behind Me, Satan, I'm sure you know, he gave me some of those lyrics for that song. but you know, he's really helped me with the support. I love the fact that he's my biggest fan and he don't listen to any other music of mine. He goes in the van and goes for a ride and he listens to my songs all the time. And he has so much confidence and faith in me, that he's one of the reasons why, besides God and my fans, he's one of the reasons why I continue to do what I do, because of his love and support for me. Like you said, we're both blessed to have that in our lives. And
Well, you
yes,
have a new CD. Yeah,
uh-huh.
you have a new CD coming out. And who's it dedicated to?
Okay, this CD is dedicated to God. Actually, what I have in the inscription is my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ is dedicated to. It's also dedicated to everyone that died from COVID and that is suffering from it. All the frontline workers that have been on the front lines and helping with through this pandemic. And of course, my husband also, I've dedicated it to him. So, but mainly I want this dedicated to all the people that suffered through the virus because I don't want people, I want people to look back, like you said, years down the line, if somebody has this CD, I don't want them to look at the CD and look at it and go, oh my God, I got to think about all these people that died and everything. I want them to think about this CD as strength and the strength to get them through and to listen to God's word through me. And I want them to be able to listen to these songs and know that these songs is what got them through this time, not a bad time.
No, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. And so looking forward now to this new year of 2021. What are your plans, or what are some of your goals for this new year?
Well, I have a lot of plans and goals, but it's up to God to see where this pandemic goes and what's going to happen as far as opening things up and, the industry and how far, you take it. I mean, I still have songs that I wrote at the end, like the end of this year, that are going to be on my next CD. So I plan on working on another CD to put out. Whatever God gives me, whatever He wants me to do, that's what I'm going to be doing. I want to write a lot. I want to start working on some worship music also. I have a couple of songs I wrote that are sort of not exactly what I do, but I'm going to change them up a little bit, but they are worship songs. Um, I want this year to be a year of healing for everyone, including myself. I want us to move forward and I want us to put God first in our lives, including myself, and listen to Him and start listening to what He's saying and what He wants us to do in this world, because we need to get rid of this hate and this anger and the depression, and we just need to accept the fact that there is evil in the world, but God will prevail. I mean, God is always in charge. He's still there and He's in charge, and that's exactly what my song is about. He never left us. He's still there and He always will be. So I would like to do some more shows. I would like to do some festivals, and I plan on doing a concert sometime next year. I don't know when, because I have to see, like I said, when things start opening up, but all that information will be on my website. But I like to write more this year, and I like to get more involved in my faith. I want to get deeper into my faith.
Well, we'll definitely pray for that, and also pray that maybe a record label or a manager or something like that will hear
Yes.
your music and hopefully sign you to a deal so even more people can experience your beautiful music.
Well, that's on my list, number one, actually. I would love to get signed by a record label. I have people that have been interested, but it's a lot of work. I've been doing this all myself, besides my husband. I've been my own manager, photographer, booking agent, everything. And it's a lot of work. It really is. I'm blessed to be able to do this, but I really would like if somebody would take the chance on me. I am one of the hardest workers there is, and I will definitely make it worth their while. So that's another thing that I pray to God for. But like I said, if it's His will, let it be done. But thank you for your prayers. I appreciate that.
No, you're most welcome. And again, for everyone listening, this was Lisa Marie Nicole, a Christian recording artist, wonderful person. So wonderful to hear about your story and about your music. And again, where can people find out more about you and your music, download them, and just find ways to support the work that you're doing?
I would like everybody to subscribe to my YouTube page, which is Lisa Marie Nicole. Is my artist channel. It's my official artist channel. All of my videos that I did for all of these songs are on there, and I think you would really like these videos because I made them all myself. I put time into them, and all of the clips in there relate to the lyrics of the song. And I actually Step Into the Light won a Best Christian Video award. So I try to send these out there so people can watch them and they can visualize what's in the video and relate it to the song. So if you go to my YouTube page, I want to build up my fan base on YouTube. So if you would go there, you can see all of that. I have Lisa Marie Nicole Music on Facebook, which is my business page for my music. That's actually Facebook.com/Lisa Songs of Worship. If you can't find it, that's the address for it. And I'm on Instagram, Lisa_Marie_Nicole_official, which that is all on my Facebook page. I have all of my other sites listed on there. But my main site is my website. That has everything on there. I even have a company store where you can purchase. I have a shirt, Step Into the Light. You can purchase this song on there. I mean, this shirt, and there's all of my cover songs have shirts for them. So if you have a favorite song by me and you like to purchase a shirt, you can go on there. The link is on my website, and also my CDs. You can download all my songs. I have a tip jar on there if you'd like to leave me a tip for any of my live shows I do, or if you'd like to donate to my ministry, there's also a link on there. But I'm on a lot of other pages, but like I said, all of my links those are the main links that I'm on if people would like to follow me. And all of my songs are on all the streaming sites, iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, everywhere you stream music, I'm all over.
Oh, excellent. Again, that's lisamariennicole.com. And thank you, Lisa, for being with us today. It was so great having you
Thank
and
you,
listening to your
Deacon.
music and hearing your story. Thank you so much.
And I thank you for everything. I thank you for the opportunity, and thank you for your words and your preaching, your words of wisdom.
You're
You're the
most
best.
welcome.
God bless you.
Thank you. And thank you, everyone, for joining us for another episode of Walk by Faith Wednesday webinars with Deacon Harold. And we will see you next time. Until then, take care, my friends, and may God always bless you abundantly.